there's still the harrowing nature of the first couple turns of the game, where the Secret Show player's best draws, if you don't have specifically Caracas or Phyrexian Revoker, you can be in a lot of trouble. But by and large, quite potent.
Dylan showing us that, yes, sneak attack, show and tell, put an Oblivion Ring into play for the opponent. So
Nice.
That's neat. That's fun. Donegan going to draw. Playing a Taxian Probe. Wants to see what's going on. We'd like to see, too. An Aven Mind Sensor, a Batter Skull, an Enlightened Tutor, a Swords of Plowshares, and Aether Vial.
And that Enlightened Tutor out of Jacob's list, let's see if he has anything really significant go get from this spot. Looks like just the Oblivion Ring is the big one here. Perhaps Pithy Needle if there's a sneak attack involved.
Now it's time to brainstorm. So hit 1, Misty, hit 2, and 3. I think Emrakul was the second card.
Yep.
No Caracas here either, so. Huh. Donegan puts a couple cards back. No time like the present, I think.
And the coast is, I mean, it's not getting better.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? No, you know, the Lotus Petal is actually pretty big here. There's a Misty. And of course, Lotus Petal is big simply because if he plays Misty, there's a Mind Sensor hanging out over there. So he needs a way to generate blue mana. He has it. And now, this is a show and tell. So Eckert's going to look at his hand. He's going to put something into play. And we know that it's not better than Emrakul, so.
Nothing's better than Emrakul. So that's why we know it's not better, because nothing is.
There's Mind Sensor. Pass the turn back. Donegan has at least a Force of Will. I don't think there's another blue card there, so Batter Skull's going to come into play. This is an Enlightened Tutor on the end of turn. Take a look, Skipoo. Anything else sweet to search up?
Well, there's only one Oblivion Ring in the list. And besides that...
And this is an Enlightened Tutor with a purpose.
Well, it's got to be something. He can fail to find, I guess.
I think it has less of a purpose now. He's going to shuffle his deck, I think, and not find anything.
Just want to take a little look-see-loo. See what's going on? Nope, nothing helpful.
Yeah, the Oblivion Ring is in play, / in the graveyard here, so that's not going to help.
Yeah, I think it's Caracas or bust.
Well, top of deck. Yeah, there we go. I figured the Oblivion Ring was in play. Yeah, you see Jacob look at the top card, sees that it is not a Caracas, and now we're going to move to a third game. So, like we mentioned, it is a pretty bad matchup for Sneak and Show, but it's not impossible to win.
They do have, the Death and Taxes player does have a lot of nonsense in their deck in the matchup. Cards that just don't matter. The powerful cards they have are really significant. And post-board, generally speaking, Sneak and Show is getting some copies of Pyroclasm, which can dramatically improve the matchup.
Well, we are going to go to the sideboards in just a moment here, but it looks like Dylan has decided, well, I got my one, so I'm just going to get out of here.
I'm done.
We will go to a slide. You can come back to us.
Just a quick break.
You sure he doesn't just maybe not want to play anymore?
He tied the matchup. It's pretty bad for him, so he's just,
Gone. We'll never know what would happen in the third game.
Right, just keep it a mystery.
I think that's the approach. This is an enforced draw.
Right, you run the clock out.
Yep.
We're executing the four corners offense. Just throwing the ball back and forth, yep.
Where's the fifth guy in the four corners?
Probably protecting the other basket or underneath the own basket, I would guess.
Okay, so we could have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the other guy's all the way over there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Or it could have been a nickname. I don't really know.
I imagine that someone has done this before.
The four corners?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they had to invent the shot clock.
Oh.
Because you could get up 2-0 and just spread them out.
You would think I would know that given how much basketball I watch, but I actually didn't know that was the reason why.
Yes.
That's genius.
Well, it's not really in the spirit of the game.
But I like that someone in basketball figured out how to break the game, and so they had to fix it. It's very Magic-esque.
Well, kind of. The way that we regulate this in the rec leagues I played in, there's no shot clock, obviously.
Okay.
So if you started the four corners offense, then you would just get punched.
Oh.
It's a self-regulating system.
I see. That's how they do things in California. Was this in Jersey or
California? And I'm
see.
basically a big fan of minimal law enforcement when possible. The state intervening in these affairs I'm not a big fan of. So whenever citizens can manage these things amongst themselves, it's a big bonus.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. That's good. So are you a fan of the movie The Purge?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, I bet you are a fan of the movie The Purge. Dylan's taking a bathroom break right now, so we will talk about one of the new promotions that we do have here with Star City Games. It's SCG Game Night, something we have talked about quite a bit this weekend. It's coming in September, and it is going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is going to be run at the full discretion, basically, at your store owner or tournament organizer. We'll send out the prize kits, 2 pins, 8 foil tokens, new pins and foils each month. You see the September tokens there down at the bottom. Star City Games organized play is very competitive focus, obviously. The Open Series and the Invitationals, the IQ circuits that we run, all that kind of stuff. We want to offer something a little more grassroots, a little more casual friendly, so stores can run these Wednesday nights. Option to sanction them or not. If you want to run this as an extra standard tournament, an extra booster draft, modern, legacy, or more casual formats like Commander or Two-Headed Giant, absolutely allowed. And again, this is something that's great, I think, to get people involved in entry-level organized play or just additional organized play for your store. If you're a store owner, you can manage this and apply for it the exact same way you do for IQs and all the other Star City organized play resources. And if you're a player interested in this, just contact your tournament organizer or store owner. It's very easy to get set up.
I think back in the day, and that was a long time ago, I would go to the old Hobby Town. used to play at a store called Hobby Town USA up the street from me. And just, I think it's like a Tuesday tournament. Just like $5 and just play, and I think like the winner got like 2 booster packs or something like that. So, and that was like the world to me.
Yeah, it was great.
I was a little youngster grinding, and now they have programs like this, which make it really awesome to play at your local store during the week.
Yeah, we had similar tournaments in my area when I was, I believe, in middle school and first starting to play. It was a weekday tournaments, a couple dollars. Prize support was very good, but unfortunately that was because the store was a mob front and was soon thereafter shut down. But this is totally sustainable, not involved in any sort of anything dubious or illegal. So great program, and we're really excited to offer it. And again, starts in September. Store owners, tournament organizers, contact Star City Games, or just manage this through the same resources if you're already part of our organized play program.
Look at you. That's your Jersey pride.
It's true.
That Jersey pride really just hardened you up.
In certain ways.
The local store was a mob front.
Well, it's a cash only business, or it's a cash generating business.
It sure is.
The accounting is a little, it's a little fuzzy, and tax people expect this. It's a lot of kids, so it's like it seems like a wholesome environment. That's important too. What?
I'm just laughing at the difference in local store. My local store was Hobby Town USA, the most innocent store in the history of stores.
It's probably less innocent than you think.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
They might have just been better at concealing their action,
Yeah, I guess I hadn't considered that at my young age of 7 or whatever it was. Guess I should have digged a little deeper.
Yep. That was the first good store we had. It was actually a shame when it got shut down.
Yeah.
The ones we had previous to that, prize support was bad, tournaments inconsistent, the whole nine, not enough space.
Well, that's the big one. How were the chairs? That's what I want to know. How were the chairs?
It was good. It was a good store.
Okay, because the chairs that I had at one of the stores in Ohio, they were lawn chairs brought inside.
No, that wouldn't have been.
What do you think the likelihood of those breaking is?
Yeah.
Pretty high. Could you imagine just your chair cost alone?
They would have, yeah.
Not good.
There were lawn chairs in that store. Someone would have been buried in the turnpike,
Yeah,
that would have been unacceptable.
Not good. Jacob, gonna...
Totally unacceptable.
Jacob gonna take a mulligan to 6 here.
Memories,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do know.
Some nostalgia at work there.
It's that Jersey lifestyle.
Yeah, for sure.
How can this be your favorite state? This is just home?
The highs and lows. The same reason I like covering legacy events. You never know what you're going to see.
Yep.
It's swingy. The highs and lows are really sweet. The people that are enthusiastic about it are very enthusiastic about it, just like legacy.
Nope. They're basically the same thing.
There's a lot of things that go on that don't make sense to anyone on the outside looking in, much like legacy.
Yes.
A lot of parallels.
They're basically the same thing.
They're essentially the same thing.
6 cards here for Eckert.
People are blown away by how expensive it is. Also similar to legacy.
Down to 5 he goes. Donegan may do, I don't want to say the impossible, but the improbable.
I think now that the Sneak and Show players have access to a bunch of pyroclasms in the sideboard, this matchup's fine for them. You have the tools to fight over Revoker and Thalia. And if they wanted more dedicated sideboard slots, I was talking to an invitational competitor who had 1 slot left over, wanted something for the sideboard for Sneak and Show to fight Death and Taxes and Elves. And I think Gutshot is also a reasonable card. It's very fast. You can fight it off Ponder and cast it. Very good at answering Thalia and Phyrexian Revoker. So there's definitely ways to modify this deck to fight these cards.
Eckert doesn't look thrilled, but I think this is a deep breath I have to keep. So he will keep. It's a Plains, and it's an Aether Vial. Not a bad start. Donegan, maybe considering countering this? Yeah, Force of Will, removing Force of Will. Your opponent's on a mulligan at 5. Aether Vial is actually a way to undo that mulligan by being able to put the creatures into play for free. This forces Eckert to actually kind of have a perfect draw now.
Yeah, the big thing is when your deck is all creatures, it's not like your Force of Will is worth very much once Aether Vial's in play. So, got to fight over it.
The hand here of Wasteland, Pithing Needle, and a Stoneforged Mystic. Not the best I've ever seen.
It's not a shabby 5-card hand. It's got some play to it. He can fight over a sneak attack. He can get a clock into play. As far as 5-card hands go, this is not shabby.
Scalding Tarn and pass here for Donegan, excuse me, as a Wasteland will be tapped along with that Plains. Stoneforged Mystic's going to go with Searchin'. You have to imagine it'll be Batterskull here, but we'll see what Eckert does when a search up. And it is going to be the Living Weapon.
It's got to get the fastest clock possible.
Yeah, it doesn't want this game to go any longer here. Brainstorm the draw here for Donegan. He's going to sacrifice a Scalding Tarn, go down to 16. Yeah, it might be a basic. We'll see. Yeah, he'll go with a basic island. Yeah, I ran into Dylan this morning when I was actually walking to the site, and I said, so, time for Buck Delver again? He said, no way. I'm going to try something new. Going to try Sneak and Show. His loss actually to Brian Braun Newen. Brian had a Humility in play. Pretty good against the old Sneak and Show deck.
It is.
Now here is a Brainstorm. You see through the breach, Sneak Attack, and Show and Tell are the draws. All pretty good ones. Not sure if Donegan does have the monster in his hand yet, though. I think he may have an Emrakul looming over there.
And total mana is a real risk, too. I mean, he has to deploy the Ancient Tomb right now. No way to shuffle his deck. Not clear if that's because he doesn't have one or if he doesn't want to, but this might be one of those games where he struggles to get off the requisite mana.
Yeah, Wasteland's going to take care of that. Donegan does have a backup Ancient Tomb in the grip. Eckert just going to pass, looking to put, of course, Batterskull into play. Donegan going to cast Show and Tell. That's a Pithing Needle. That's never cool. One of those cards is better than the other.
Yes.
Your call.
Anyone's game.
Is it Caracas? It had better be.
I mean, Caracas is...
It's a Wasteland. That is the land. It's just not Caracas. And Dylan Donegan is going to take down Death and Taxes. Jacob Eckert put up one heck of a fight, but this mulligan to 5 looks like it did him in.
Yeah, and